Hi guys, and welcome to Nordic Stitches podcast episode 2 months in. Wow, episode 8 already. I am a knitting designer based in mid-Norway, Scandinavia, and I am bringing this podcast to you from my home. You can find me on Instagram as Nordic Stitches. You can find me on Snapchat. You can follow my story on Snapchat as Nordic Stitches. And I'm on Ravelry as Nordic Stitches, and I also have a Facebook designer page. So I'll be writing on the screen where you can find me as everything, and I will include links in the box below. In the box below there's also a link to the show notes. The show notes are available in the Nordic Stitches podcast Ravelry Group, so yeah. Become a member in there and get to know us and let us get to know you. And just so it's put out there, I'm starting to get real close to my first giveaway and cal. So it will be a cal with a giveaway, and I won't say anything else more than that because I will be announcing everything in a Halloween special episode here on the podcast. So be on the lookout for that. If you have subscribed and you don't get notifications from me, or you want to subscribe and want to make sure that you get notifications when I upload a video, all you have to do is you see the box that says subscribe. So when you click that red button, it turns gray and it says subscribed. And right next to that, you have a bell or a gear icon. Click on that and you will get up a box on the screen that says send me email notifications for this channel. And you click that, and you will get email notifications. Yes, it's that easy. You don't want to miss out. If you're a maker and you want to donate anything to the prize pool for this cal and giveaway, just let me know, and I'm sure we can figure something out. Today, I'm drinking, and I got something weird in my throat today, so if I do a lot, it's just... yeah, it's not because I'm playing PlayStation 2 and Rayman, but it's because it's just autumn. Twinings, apple, cinnamon, and raisin. It's okay. I have a finished project that I can show you because if you watched a few of the previous episodes, you know that I made a shawl for a cancer patient in northern Norway, a friend of my mom's. And if you follow me on both Snapchat and Instagram, you will have seen this already, or even on Facebook. I think I posted this everywhere because it was a pretty decent shawl when it came out, finished blocking. But I don't have it here, so I'm going to insert a picture. The yarn I used is Tilda Svarta Fåret. It is Swedish, and it is a mix between 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. One skein is 50 grams and holds 150 meters, and I used my Knit Pros, let's see here what it says on the label, Symphony Rose cubic needles for that, 3.5 millimeters. And yeah, I shipped it to my mom the day before yesterday, so today is Friday. Today's Friday, and she had it yesterday, which is a new record because mail here is snail mail for real. Norwegian mail system. Yeah, you don't expect to get it very soon. But yeah, she got it yesterday, so the recipient will be getting it today. And if she gets it before I'm done editing this podcast, I will put on the screen how she reacted. But I think and I really hope that she will appreciate it and love it. Mom's co-workers also loved it so much that they actually managed to place an order before I actually even got up from bed this morning. I don't usually do that, but I told them that if they find a house for me up there that I can rent before Christmas, I'll do it for free because I am basically that desperate to get away from here. But yeah, the shawl is proving to be quite popular. I do have a hoe, and I have it on my hoe blocker. So it's my pumpkin vanilla, plain vanilla socks in Halloween colors. 54 stitches. Okay, so the yarn that I used for these are Saga print garn from Europris, which is a Norwegian chain store. And the striping on these are anything from what I had imagined. So yeah, came out quite a surprise. I left in two markers. There's one black here and there's one pink here, and the black one tells me where I started on the heel, and it tells me where I started to decrease for the toe. And this is how I decrease for the toe. It's how I've always done it. It's how my mom taught me when I finally managed the heel, which I told you about in episode 1. So for this one, I made a partridge heel. I was supposed to make a Kiss the Partridge heel, which is a $1 pattern from my friend Shauna, who has the Shauna Stitches podcast. And I'm still a little bummed about this. It turns out my hands hate knitting short rows, especially in smaller areas and socks. So I was actually in so much pain in my hands and fingers when I was done with the heel that I couldn't imagine doing one more. So I took a picture and I posted it on Instagram, and I told her I'm so sorry. So yeah, I will try again one day, but I just really can't. I don't have time right now to fiddle with stuff that I'm not supposed to. So yeah. And also there's of course a gusset. I made the heel flap a little longer this time. I think I made it 30 rows of course. So it's 30 rows, which gave me more stitches to pick up, which gave me a little more of a gusset. So yeah, like it. And I've made a knot in the yarn on where to cast on sock number 2, because I haven't done it. It's a true hoe. So I made a knot in the yarn, and I think they will match. I think. We shall see in the next episode. Okay, so that is the hoe. Okay, so I have quite a bit of acquisitions this week. I went shopping on Tuesday, and yeah, let's just dive right in. Okay, I will have videos included at the end of this podcast, so if you want to go shopping with me, you can. Yay! First of all, I went shopping for some Halloween stuff. I don't do a whole lot of shopping every Halloween. I just buy a few things here and there every year. So this year I bought this guy and that candle. So when this candle is burned up, I have a tea light candle holder for the next coming Halloweens. Pretty? It's not pretty, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and when I went into that store, which is the chain store Europris, that has the Saga print yarn that I used for my home. And then I went past the yarn. Who am I kidding? I didn't go past it. I stopped. I did. Because it turns out they had purple and grays as well. Yeah, they did. So, remembering a picture that Shauna posted on Instagram of her gray socks, I had to have these because those grays, that yarn reminds me a lot of this yarn, so I'm kind of hoping that these are the same. But yeah, so, and these will either be a gift or advent socks for myself. I haven't decided, and if it's a gift, I can always go back and buy more to make advent socks for myself. Because it's that easy when every store around you has yarn. So yeah. Those were the socks from Europris. If you are in Norway, anytime and visiting Europris. The purple has color number 103, again with the numbers. And the gray has color 102. And I tried buying them so that they match on the outside. I am getting really OCD on the matching socks. That bothers me because it didn't start out that way, so. But that's kind of typical for me. It starts out one way and yeah, it just doesn't continue that way, so yeah. Yeah. And what I bought is for designs I have coming up for sets with beanies and fingerless mittens. So I have 2 of each color. And this is, let's see if I can get them all in there. Drops alpaca. Mustard yellow. Coral. And very light brown. So it's unicolor. You just gotta love the label. Aw, that is so cute. And it says 100% alpaca. Okay, so one skein holds, let's see here, 50 grams, 1.8 ounces, 167 meters, 183 yards. The recommended gauge with 2.5 to 3.5 needles, which is US 1.5 to 4, or C to 2, or E 4. Yeah, we need a universal language for these people, I'm telling you. Yeah, so the gauge is 23 stitches times 30 rows, 10 times 10 centimeters, 4 times 4 inches. The brown is color 0302. And the coral is color 9022. So 9022. And the mustard color is color 2923. Yeah. So, there's one more skein to show you that I ordered from Etsy. I thought it was more blue than it was, and when it arrived, I was kind of happy that it wasn't. It's from Little French Meadow. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have already heard about this person or this brand. And I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's Marsilli fingering weight. Look at that pretty color. It is 100 grams and 400 meters and 100% superwash merino. It's the color Spearmint. And the plan is to use it with this. I think these will be very good together. Don't you think so? I'm planning to use them for a knit along, which is hosted by Shauna in the Adelaide Cottage podcast. I won't be entering. I don't feel it's okay for me to enter. Nobody has told me that I can't, but I have donated prizes for that knit along, so if I were to win, she would have to redraw, and I'm not that into winning for this. This is stitching for a cause, Cal, so I'm more into it because it's stitching for a cause, because I really do care for charity. With my package for the yarn, the Little French Meadow included, and I'm going to take care of that business card. I'm returning to them. They included a progress keeper. It's a tennis playing bunny. And they included some tea. So this is the Twinings Cherry Bakewell Green Tea. I'm a little skeptical. Green tea hasn't done very much good for me. But it says cherry, and I love cherries. When cherries come in season here, I buy a lot. So yeah, that was the tea and the yarn from the French Meadow. And then I purchased some fabric, also on Tuesday. Tuesday was a big shopping day. I really don't like shopping. I hate shopping. I like having new things and using new things. I just don't like the process of having to go and get it. I never did. I can't wait until I actually get home and take a shower and just, you know, done shopping. No. A lot of people probably think that's a little weird, but so first let me show you, because this is Christmas preparations. So I ordered some yarn from I ordered some fabric from eBay, Christmas fabric, and how pretty is that? This is a lot of fabric. And I plan on making project bags with it. And I plan on using some of this as well. This is also quite a bit of fabric. Maybe it will hold for a couple of bags, depending on how I use the fabric. Red with white polka dots. And then I got, so this is all cotton. I love cotton yarn. But the red is stiffer than the white, so I'll have to see how I use that. But this is white with red polka dots on it. It's very pretty. So that's those. And yeah, I have ordered more Christmas fabric that hasn't arrived yet, but I'm sure it will. And then I got, and this is so beautiful, and if you follow me on Instagram you would have seen this already, but the lighting there was not the best because it was taken at night. So this is absolutely stunning. I asked, because when I got the interfacing and I got the lady to start cutting it, I asked, don't you have any Christmas fabric that isn't on that aisle? Because I saw some Christmas fabric and I thought, nah, I don't know. I wanted something more playful, at least for this shopping round. And then she pointed out an aisle that I had overlooked, and it was stacked with Christmas fabrics, and I found this. How adorable is this fabric? Seriously, how adorable is this? I love it. So of course I had to get that, and I got quite a bit of that. It's 2 meters long, and I think it's 90 meters. No, 90 centimeters. No, it's 145 centimeters wide. So yeah. And that will also go to project bags. I am so sad that I don't know how to sew clothes, because if I did, I would make myself pajamas with this fabric, with the Santa fabric. You probably call it elves. We call it tiny Santas. I really want I really do want a PJ with that fabric. Yeah. And then I also got some ribbons. First, I got one from online. Just this very simple white thin with red and green trees on it. And the rest is quite Nordic. So if you like Nordic inspired, you're gonna love these. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And they were so cheap that I just had to get one of each. I don't remember the price right now, but so they're 4 centimeters wide, and there's 3 meters in each of these. So, yeah. If I don't use it this year, I'll probably use it next year. I think those project bags that we make and use could be very pretty to use just as gift wrapping. And then I ordered 3, no, I bought 3 with this pattern. And it is very pretty. It is almost like tiny little cross stitches. One day I will get a better camera, I promise. And then I had to get Merry Christmas in Norwegian is God Jul. I think it's also God Jul in Danish. I'm not going to try and say it in Danish because I don't I don't speak Danish, I just understand it. But yeah. So God Jul. And it's 1.5 centimeters wide and there's 3 meters of ribbon on here. So I don't have to use it all across the project bag. I can just cut out a piece like that and include it on a bag. So that's that. That is the acquisitions part for this week. And then there's the last thing I have to show you, which I made, which is a project bag. I almost nailed the zipper. I'm so excited. Somebody will probably say that I did nail it, but not really. Okay, so ta-da! How cool! This is just some fabric samples that I got off eBay. It's cotton. And I used a lot thinner interfacing for this one. But it still stands up. Box bottom, of course. A little on the downside with the inners, because it doesn't reach all the way down. So, but I'm going to keep this for myself anyway. So on the outside, it has a blue background with pinkish flowers and pink polka dots on the bottom, and on the inside, it has pink floor bottom and checkered blue top, so it sort of matches the outside. And I just want to really point out this because I bought some wonder clips and boy do they work wonders. Yes they do. So okay, so it's off by 1 millimeter here, but I'm choosing not to care. I managed to almost get it in there, and I was a little off here. And then there's the zipper. Oh. I'm using invisible zippers now because I think they are very cool. So I bought 4 zippers too, but they are in the living room and I'm not going to go get them. But this is how the zipper came out on one side, and that is how it came out on the other side. So as you can see, it's a little off here. So I don't really know what happened, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You ain't gonna get the best of me, zipper! Right. That's what I had to show you of acquisitions and makes and hopes and stuff like that this week. Alright, I'm going to say goodbye now, but the next segment is the last retro flip through segment, which I filmed yesterday in the living room. So, and I did that, well, it's self-explanatory when you get there, but this is, as far as I know, for a while, the last retro flip through from my grandma's pattern booklets. So yeah, you definitely want to check this one out. It's from the year 69, 70. Yeah, save the best for last. So yeah, if I ever get new retro patterns, of course I will start flipping them on here again. I'm going to go through all these. It's not as much as it may look. As you can see here, this is a pot holder. Crocheted. And we're in the Christmas spirit here. You can see these little Christmas, hot pads. And here you can see the pattern for those. And here is how you can make your own candles. for the holidays. So yeah, what you need and how to hang them. Very neat. On the other side, it's just more pot holders. So I think, yeah, so they go like this. Make pretty pot holders. Or hot pads, maybe. I'm a little unsure right now. Hot pads sounds... It's what you use when you grip something hot so you don't burn yourself. Alright, now let's check out the ace up my sleeve. This is the best I've got in my collection. It is not a full magazine, I'm afraid. As you can see, it is very fragile and I almost never touch it. So, and these are from the 70s. I almost want to make that. Yeah, so that's the front of that magazine. So the season 1969 to 1970, and it was 7.50 Norwegian kroners. Knitting and crochet book. Let's start with this one, the christening gown. That's pretty. That's very pretty. So much pretty lace. This says Solberg garn, which is basically the name of the brand and yarn. And probably the crochet thread they've used. I'm not into terms with crochet thread. And here is the pattern. Pretty. And yeah, again with centimeters. So I like it. And then there is the knitting and crochet book, and I'm just going to carefully flip this over here. So I might make this my thumbnail. So this is a commercial for let's see here, give nice garments what they deserve for all special laundry under 37 degrees, so under finger warm water, lukewarm and new Y3 with enzymes. So it's this new brand, or it was then. I don't know if we have this still. I can't remember having seen it, but yeah. So it says here what type of garments and stuff like that. So, and then we come here and we go directly to page 69, I'm afraid. I have no idea if any of this is flipped, but I don't think so. So as you can see, there's a lot missing, I'm afraid. So, but yeah, so let's just look at the patterns. So this is a crocheted jacket with 3/4 arms, short arms. And then there's these, and this is my grandma's handwriting. Her mønstret. Det skal strikkes på forstykket, som her, og ei mønsterstripe midt på hver arm. So she's taken her own notes that this is the pattern. Obviously she's passed something on, because this is what I do. I think of something and I write down what I conclude. And it is going to be knit on the front panel, like here, and a pattern strip in the middle of the arm. So apparently she's knit this for somebody, and she's included this pattern on the arm here as well. It's nice. Oh my god, this is so cool. Yeah, I definitely prefer the 70s to the 80s, no doubt. If I could go either further back, I would. So these are both knit. These are also both knit. So this one has buttons up here, which you probably can open, you know, to have two effects on that opening right there. And a belt. If I were to make this, I'd cut out these parts. And then there's a very simple sweater with, where's my focus? With some ribbing effect on the front. I'm excited to see if I find something in here that I want to make. Okay, so that's a knitted sweater, and that's a crocheted sweater. That looks very comfortable. Now that's not too bad, actually. Cabled sweater and cabled coat for a child, and a knitted suit for a lady. Let's check out the sweaters first. I love this portion right here. I love making that myself. I need to include that stitch in some patterns of mine. I'm sorry about the glare, but we have pretty bad lighting in here today, so the sun is shining on the outside, but it's so low that it doesn't hit on the inside. It's very weird to try to have that explained if you haven't seen it yourself, but yeah. So this one has a little detail to the arms right here. That's a crocheted edge, right? I'm pretty sure that's maybe even crocheted shells along the edge. And then there's more knitting. I love those sunglasses. This one has just some, I think it's bubbles. Let's see if I can. Looks like bubbles and not. It's actually a crocheted sweater. I can see that now. It's a crocheted sweater, so it's probably front post crochets to create that effect. And then there's this knitted garment here with a sweater on top. And this is a set because this lace pattern is repeated down here and on the arms. Oh. So this is knit with gold yarn in there. It's actually just gold yarn. It's not stellina in the yarn. It's just, yeah. I'm sure that that would look pretty cool with other colors. And maybe another neck. And this is the typical 70s, excuse me, dress with pockets on the front. I'd make that just without the pockets. I don't prefer pockets. Don't know why. And then there's a comfy sweater with cable patterns on there and a golden top. And this was loose. So as you can see, we are clearly missing a whole lot of pages in here because now we're on 110 and we started at 69, I think, so we haven't flipped through that many pages. But yeah, so this is sort of cool. And a man sweater. That's pretty. Again with cables. Nice doubled neck. More men's sweaters. Yeah, I don't think we would have oil around our knits, right? Like, no. Pretty. Now this is page 59 and 60, so 61, I might... Hey, there's some missing pages in here. I found the missing pages. Okay, I'm not going to start handling that now. But yeah. And if you can hear any machinery in the background, I'm so sorry, but I can't shut off the world, so... And then there's some tennis outfits. And here we have a whole set with a skirt and a jacket, again with the pockets. It is not garters. This section is garters and the button band are garters. The rest is stockinette. And this is a ribbed top. It's a little more fluffy yarn. Another man sweater with some simple garter purl stitch sections right here on the side. I think it is over here as well, but I can't see it here, so it's probably just on the sides. And the arms are just plain stockinette. Another sweater with some lace effect. And I think that is crochet. Yeah, that's crochet, because it's single crochet on the neck right here. And then there's this with a beanie, with a pom-pom. So these are cabled. $49.50. All right, now this is chunky. Not only is the knit chunky, but the necklace is very chunky as well. That's cool. Men's vests. This one is, let's see, probably a moss stitch, because it's not stockinette, but it's a little difficult to see because of the quality of the pictures. And this is stockinette with, I don't know if that is some sort of very tiny cables in there, but it has some effect to it. Very nice. Ooh, that is cool. Now, I really like to see garments from the front and the back and not just from the sides, so I probably never make this, but you can read a pattern and find out what it will look like, but you won't actually see it until you have it in front of you. Love the hairdo though. Another crochet top for the women. And another cable detailed sweater for the men. This is a pullover. Oh, this makes me want to see retro movies, you know, black and white movies. I think I might do that this weekend. Another knitted jacket with lace effects on the front. Another, I think this is a dress. I think this is a dress. Yeah. With opening probably here to the side with buttons on there and a pocket. Ding ding ding, there's a pocket. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. I don't have enough yarn for that. Shoot. So yeah, very 70s. I see disco lights when I see that. Yeah, and it has a beanie on there as well with a very long hanging down. Wow, that's good syntax. With a pom-pom hanging down there in the back. It's cool. Oh, that's a pretty man's sweater. And another female dress. And another dress for the women. Yeah. And this is a knitted sweater, I think. It looks knitted, so I'm just going to go for knitted. And then there's a crocheted jacket. This reminds me of the Queen. When I see pictures from the 70s of our King and Queen, this is, yeah, very pretty. And this sweater is ribbed, slightly ribbed, probably a 5 knit 2 purl rib or something. And again with a double neck. Oh, that's cool. That's a knitted sweater, no, knitted dress. And I do believe it has a split to the side because there is some garters popping up here. And as you can see, it comes out more than actually sticking into the body. So, and it has this very pretty lace right here. And yeah, very pretty. It's the same lace detail around the jacket and the sleeves. And then there's a knitted dress with, it's not buttons, so I don't know what that is. Let's just call it buttons. And a knitted sweater. I keep mixing sweaters and pullovers, I'm sorry, but in Norway a sweater is something that you pull over, so you just have to excuse me. And I really carefully just want to flip this over and around. These are crocheted, are they slipper socks? Yeah, so this white section goes up back on the leg here, so it's slippers, socks made to look like slippers. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Socks made to look with slippers, like slippers. And then there's these, yeah, slippers. They remind me of this, you get these slippers that you are supposed to dust with when you walk instead of, you know, actually doing housework. So those remind me of that. And then there's a teddy with pains on there and a doll for a dress. Yeah, just going to carefully flip this back around. And here is another knit sweater for the females. This is going to be a longer section, I can see that right now. And knitted, no, this is a crocheted dress. Yeah, I could definitely see myself making that. How weird is that? That is so cool. Knitted bikinis. And yeah, very cool. And then there's another crocheted item. I don't know, I think she has a bikini under, so it's probably something you just throw over the bikini when you're outside. Come up by water or something. There's this. Another knitted garment with a pair of shorts, I think. I just have to excuse my throat today. It just doesn't want to cooperate. So yeah. In mustard yellow. Now that's fashioned today, or this season. I don't know if it's fashioned where you are, but at least it's a lot of mustard yellow around in Norway these days. And then there's a buttoned knitted dress, sleeveless. Again with the pockets. And more cable detailed pullovers, short sleeved pullovers, and that's a long sleeved pullover, again with a double neck. Another typical 70s item. Or items. There's a sweater underneath and a longer vest over. And then there's a knitted dress. I think it's knitted. Yep, that's stockinette stitch with some sort of detail to it. It's a little difficult to tell what it is. And then there's, for the girls, a knitted top with a knitted jacket over. And a little bit for the younger ones. This is crocheted. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff missing to the patterns as well because it is that faded. So I feel like I should actually be wearing, you know, gloves when I handle this. And this is a commercial again. Det finns ett dalegarn till ett hvert strikke och häckla i väv. There is a Dale yarn for every knit and crochet project. And then there's some brands of the Dale yarns, which is Halo, Flamingo, Dale Repe, and Stork. And then there's the Milo. Milo is our wool wash. It is the #1 wool wash. We have several types, but Milo is the, yeah, that's the safest one to use and the best one to use, at least I think so. I've tried some cheaper ones, but I think they leave the fabrics more fatty afterwards, after washing. And this says that anything that takes water takes Milo. Are you excited to see how your wool wash will do? So yeah. And then there's another commercial. I'm just going to really flip through this baby because it's a real treasure. Knitting, sewing, and crochet recipes are also found every week on Hjemmet's women's pages. So Hjemme, that is the magazine she's holding, and Hjem means home. And we still have that magazine today. Hjemme, 2 blad i ett for hele familien. Home, 2 magazines in one for the whole family. And then there's the patterns. Ooh, a little chart. Another chart. Ooh, so afraid to destroy it. So yeah, I don't think there's any more commercials in here. I'll just... Nope. But the cool lace effect is pictured right here, and it is crochet. It's not knit. So there you go. So that, my friends, was the last pattern flip through, at least for now. I hope that you have enjoyed it just as much as me. It has been a true joy showing it to you. thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and spending it here with me. It's truly appreciated. Go find me and follow me in social media. Links down below and in the show notes on Ravelry. And yeah, whoever you are, wherever you are, be kind, be good, and have a nice day. Okay, so last week there was tea on my pants. Now I got tea on my eye. Where will this end?